We begin with the president's first trip overseas. Here's a live look at the White House, where President Biden just left for Europe. He's set to land in the United Kingdom this afternoon, where he'll start meeting with key U.S. allies, and he'll meet with the Queen this weekend. Next week, he'll also be face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Senior White House correspondent Mary Bruce has more.
This morning, President Biden heading to Europe with the goal of shoring up critical alliances and facing down a major American adversary. His schedule stacked with high-profile meetings. Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Queen Elizabeth. In the UK, the leaders of the most powerful economies coming together at the G7 summit for the first time since the pandemic began. Then off to Belgium, where the president will affirm America's commitment to NATO. It's a trip the White House says Biden has been preparing for his entire career.
I will say that he's been getting ready for 50 years. He has been on the world stage. He's known a number of these leaders for decades, including President Putin.
Throughout, the president is expected to make the case that America is back as he tries to mend ties that were frayed during the Trump years. The highest stakes meeting comes in Geneva, Biden face-to-face with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin. The president planning to confront Putin over Russia's cyber attacks, their election interference, and human rights violations, while also looking for areas where the two can work together going forward. But the White House insists this meeting is not a reward for Putin and says the two leaders are meeting because of their differences, not in spite of them. Now, don't expect any major announcements to come out of this meeting between President Biden and President Putin. The White House says this is less about deliverables and more about the opportunity to communicate, for Biden to look Putin in the eye and make clear what America stands for and what will and will not be tolerated. Diane.
All right, we'll be watching that meeting closely. Mary Bruce at the White House, thank you. And ABC News Deputy Political Director Avery Harper joins me now for a little bit more on all this. Avery, what's at stake for Biden on this trip?
Right. Well, this is really a trip that is about restoring relationships that suffered under former President Donald Trump. It is about highlighting the fact that there has been a shift in foreign policy from the previous administration to this current one. Biden is a president that comes to the table with decades of foreign policy experience as both a senator and the former vice president. And so we're going to be able to see him bring all that experience to the table as he meets with some of these foreign leaders. He's also a politician who thrives on being face-to-face with folks. So we're going to really see him in his element on this first foreign trip.
He's also set to meet with the Queen along with the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson over the weekend. How important, we all know from Love Actually, the U.S. and the U.K. have a special relationship. How special is it? How important is that relationship and this meeting?
All right, well, it's going to be it's a very special relationship that the U.S. and the U.K. have. We're going to see Biden meet with the Queen. Nearly every president for the past 70 years has met with the Queen, so we can expect a ceremonial a meeting with the Queen there. Listen, we've always been on the lookout for presidential gaffes around the Queen, and so, Biden is no stranger to making mistakes, and so we're going to be on the lookout for that. I think that when we're talking about his meeting with Boris Johnson, that's going to be meatier in terms of policy. They're going to be discussing a wide range of issues from global taxation to climate change, and so we're going to see what happens.
And how is Biden expected to handle issues like election meddling and the recent cyber attacks when he has this big meeting with Vladimir Putin?
Right. That meeting with Putin is definitely going to be the most tense of this foreign trip. Biden, earlier this year, we heard him call Vladimir Putin a killer. And so he has minced no words on where he stands on Putin. Look, the White House and Biden himself have also used this line, saying that they are seeking a stable and predictable relationship with Russia. They do not want to escalate tensions with Russia. But I think that we can expect for Biden to remind Putin that nefarious activity, be it cyber attacks, be it election meddling, human rights issues, are going to be met with consequences from the United States.
And Biden has another potentially contentious meeting scheduled with President Erdogan of Turkey on the sidelines of that NATO summit. What can we expect there?
Right. This is a meeting that comes after Biden formally recognized the Armenian genocide of hundreds of thousands of Armenians during World War I in what is now Turkey. And so, this is something that former presidents have avoided doing for fear of escalating tensions with Turkey, but Biden did it. So we know that Erdogan and Biden have had a tense relationship in the past. So it remains to be seen what happens when these two are face-to-face. But that's definitely something that we're going to be watching.
All right. ABC News Deputy Political Director Avery Harper. Thanks, Avery.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.